What really happened on the 19th of January, 379 AD? Come with me and let's find out. Ready, Menchi? Let's go. It was on this date that Theodosius was named co-emperor of the Eastern Roman Empire, faced with the unenviable task of getting the Goths rampaging through the Balkans under control. It may seem strange today to think about Goths running amok, but this was well before the cure made it okay for boys to wear big hair or even to walk, talk, stalk and kiss like cagey tigers. I need to pick up this poo. The reason the Goths were in the Balkans was because they wanted its chalk. Goths tend to suffer from hot cheeks, but the wonderful Balkan chalk helped to cool their cheeks down and made them nice and pale into the bargain. Theodosius was not having much luck getting the cool-cheeked Goths under control until he called his friend, one of the most illustrious members of my family, Augustus Delanius. Augustus was famous for being able to sell anything to anybody. The Italians had too much rain. They liked circuses, and because they didn't have the sense to hold them indoors, the rain would spoil the event. The Irish, however, thought the rain was the best thing ever. It gave them the perfect excuse to hang around the pub drinking whiskey. But Augustus was also going through a tough period. He'd taken on a job lot of blood potatoes, what we call beetroot today, and he'd been unable to shift them. His reputation was hanging in the balance. Then, when he got the call, he saw the way. He spent the journey travelling from Ireland to Constantinople, where Theodosius was holed up, carving thin segments out of each of the blood potatoes, or beetroots if you prefer. When he arrived, he told Theodosius his plan. The first thing to do was to convince the Goths of the Romans' good intentions. So Theodosius arranged for the biggest circus the Balkans had ever seen and invited the Goths for free. Come on, Menchi, what's wrong? Then, when the Goths arrived, he presented them with the beetroots. Menchi, you okay? Menchi, you okay? It's just snow. Let's go. Well, he didn't need to tell the Goths twice. As great as the chalk was, it did tend to make them sneeze a lot, which they didn't enjoy much at all. But with the beetroots clamped over their noses, that was a thing of the past. The Goths were delighted. In fact, the Goths were so delighted that they insisted on turning up to every circus from then on, putting on their silly red noses and acting all stupid because of how happy they were. But you can't blame Augustus Delanius for turning the Goths into an even bigger danger to civilization. Clowns. He wasn't to know, and anyway died shortly afterwards in Constantinople before he ever saw the sweet wet shores of Ireland ever again. Unaware the chalk was for external use only, he'd taken to sniffing the fascinating substance, and he died tragically when his insides all dried out from sniffing too much Balkan chalk.